Because the black ones fade to navy blue. Let's just try it.
All right, we're back again, and back with Karen again. So we're going to go through our sectioning one more time. We'll go ahead and pre-section. Karen parts off center to from her left. So we're going to skew our part a little bit, our section a little bit to that side.
Mhm.
This part does not really have to be rocket science, but I do like to have it clean.
Mhm.
I guess we can gently turn the chair after we've gotten these sections in. Okay, so that's the basic mohawk part. This is the left side.
Mhm.
And if you want, since we're not really working through these areas, we can do base color through there if we want to cover everything. So we can just remix.
Yeah, you only need to do the retouch area because it's the 7BN is what's the residual color. So yeah, because it's going to be under everything anyway. Mhm.
Now that I've got all my, let's get these out of the way. Guess I could go a little bit further. Clip this out of the way. Make these a bit neater, so
Mhm.
for show and tell purposes. Some of this I'm just gonna edit down because I don't need it to be all
Right.
this.
Mhm. So you're going to back to back without a foil.
Yeah.
Cool. Freehand, I love it. Keep it simple.
Okay, so we're just gonna turn to show you the original basic sectioning. And then the top is going to be subdivided into 3 triangles. And then we will begin our application. Just put this out of the way for the time being. And the idea of this is to place the color in a way that it's not actually going to fall. So and I'm thinking in 2 terms because since you're not primarily going to be wearing your hair down, but you may want to wear it down some. So, I want it to fall as nicely, whether it's down or up.
I'm starting to really feel good about maybe wearing it down a little
Right.
bit. You are clean as a whistle too, aren't you?
We're going to use, this is the 7BN. We're going to use it twice as often all the way throughout, and then we'll have pops of the 8B, 6B and 8K.
6RB.
I'm sorry, I keep saying that. 6RB and 8K.
But that sounds good. It's just right around. 2 parts of the first letter to 1 part of the second letter.
Right. And since we're not doing a separate base color, the application can go right to the scalp. And this,
Correct.
I should have said earlier, this is all 20 volume. We are not doing anything that can't safely be applied to the scalp. Well, do our first topper here. You feeling that?
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah, I'm 100% behind it. This sounds great to me. This sounds fun. Right around my face, perfect.
I'm standing right in front of my camera. I should at least move off to the side a little bit. Fine.
Good? This is so exciting. You know how often I get my own hair done?
Sorry?
Did you know how often I get my own hair done?
I know, hairdressers.
No,
Nobody has even cut my hair in almost 3 years
exactly,
now.
I know. I cut my own the last time. I colored my own the last time too.
Were you, Tennyson was there when you were there, right?
Yeah,
Too,
uh-huh.
At Sola. He was the last person to cut my hair.
No
other than
kidding.
me.
Wow.
That was like October of
Yeah.
17.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yep, I started cutting my own hair then. I've never done that in my life. That was the whole new
I did for many
habit for
years,
me.
but I had to have 3 mirrors backed up. And one of them, I mean, it's difficult to cut your hair backwards. That's the problem.
Yep.
So sometimes I would simply have to use the Braille method and follow my fingers instead. Try not to cut my knuckles off. Are you filming?
Hmm?
Are you filming?
Am I filming? Yeah, still filming. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll show this first triangle, and then we will be repeating the same. The pattern will change, but we'll be doing the colors the same.
Mhm.
So we're going to change direction in the next triangle, and then
Yeah, I see.
we're going
This
to
is-
change direction in every triangle. So that way we're focusing on the colors and not the pattern.
You know, Marty, my hair's changed so much. I had straight hair like an Asian child, really.
Uh-huh.
Not the coarse texture, but certainly the straightness of it. And I can't get over my bend and flow, and so I may be interested in wearing this down, especially now that I've got something visible going on there.
Right.
No gloves either. No slop, no gloves.
I think I'm still not standing in front of the camera.
You are just a teensy guy. If you move to your right, a smidge, I'll turn this chair just slightly. There you go. Right there. So when I noticed that I had some waves,
Mhm.
I was shocked. But it's the flow of the hair. I allowed an S curvature to arrive.
I
Whereas-
saw didn't I see some wave in some of your earlier pictures
Oh,
that you
yeah.
posted?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
But that was always me, doing, oh, you mean of
Oh, I see.
of my length? Or of my other?
No, I mean, when.
No,
in
it's
the-
always, it
like
was always a
earlier
tool.
pictures that you
Yeah,
posted.
no, it was always a tool,
Uh-huh.
always.
But my hair gets wavier as it gets longer too,
Exactly.
so that's another
I see that,
twin
yeah.
thing
It's
going
the
on.
S curvature, some are allowances that, it depends on how your hair grows from your head. My hair grows straight out of my head, straight out. It doesn't grow out on an angle of any kind.
There are definitely areas of my head that grow like that,
Uh-huh.
but I
And
think
then,
mine bends.
as you can see, I have a very severe cowlick at the crown and a flat crown, which is why I normally don't like to have my hair down or flat.
I have to keep going back and counting, which is one of the
I know.
things that's wonderful about a technique where what I love about alternating is if I forget, I can count. So
Right.
I
1, 2, 3, 1.
always know what I start with, and then
You count into it, yep.
since we're using twice as much of the 7, we might need to remix that, but then we're gonna
Right,
need to
right,
remix
right.
it for those base areas anyway.
Galwa's got pretty good viscosity, so
Okay.
a little bit goes a long, long way with
Okay.
it. It's got a self-wetting agent, so that helps promote spreadability. God, don't I sound like a rebel?
I switched to measuring by grams
Uh-huh.
when I was doing color kits, and that was all new for me, so I don't know if I'm not sure how
It's
red
1
can-
milliliter, 30 milliliters is an ounce.
Uh-huh.
And
Right, so, but I
yeah.
mean, I'm not sure how, I don't know how Redken measures, whether they,
I'm not-
whether they weigh or whether they, okay, so this is
no,
the
they weigh.
completed first
They're
section.
ounces.
We have the 7BN, the 8K, the 7BN, and then the 6RB. And then we've alternated that the same way
That's
through.
fabulous.
And now this will be the second section on the top, and I'm starting it in an opposite direction. This is my section. All right, so I'm starting at the back, and maybe I should turn this that way so you can see it. Starting at the bottom of the section. This way. And we're starting again with the 7BN. I'm alternating in the same way, although I'm kind of tempted to reverse it, but. I did this on my own hair. I don't know if you were gone then, but I did the front section, and I would have done it all myself, but I had Carla working with me then,
Uh-huh.
and I did it in different shades of blue and blue violet with the permanent. There's a permanent blue. Well, there's a permanent line of the spectrum, you know,
Right.
in the. I can't think of the brand, but
Right.
anyway, and it lasted for a good long time, and I was able to keep it up with a blue shampoo.
Of course.
So switching to the 8K again.
Mhm. I can't believe you're leaving me.
Hmm?
I said, I can't believe you're leaving me.
Mhm.
It was bound to happen. I knew it was gonna
Right.
happen.
So is that Dyson dryer yours or hers?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a Dyson dryer?
Yep,
You do?
I do.
Do you love it?
I love it.
Okay, I'm getting one.
Yep, and you know, Raven has one too.
So I see.
I hear that there's another brand that I've forgotten the name
I
of
saw
it.
recently, yeah.
But-
That's what made me actually think about it.
But I don't know, you know, just, it seems like the people that love either brand, you know, they're equally as, you know, in love with them, so.
Gotcha. You know,
But it
Kia-
seems like
Kia has one.
some people seem to say that they have trouble with the Dyson,
Hmm.
and I haven't. So the newest model, which I'll show you the features of, has a filter cover that comes off easily and
Gotcha.
should be rinsed off at least once a week.
Uh-huh.
And the device will tell you if it needs to be,
Wow,
like,
I love
it also
that.
comes with a little brush. I'll show you. You know, it's easier to show you. It comes with a little brush that goes over the like microfilter,
Uh-huh.
and then,
I've looked at them sideways, backwards,
Yeah.
upside down.
Yeah.
I've gone to the Tyson site.
oh, really?
I've
Okay.
looked at the guts of the dryer. I'm just wanting to know, is it quiet, number one?
Oh, very quiet, yeah.
And number two, it's lightweight, correct?
Right.
Those are the only two things that I actually care about. It doesn't get too hot.
No?
My dryer is just, not a great dryer.
No, I've been very happy with it. I was very heavily invested in another brand, so much so that I bought 3 of them over maybe a 15-year period.
Right.
And I had an Instagram team, and I was the captain of it.
I know.
And one of my teammates got the Dyson pretty much the first year that it came out. And I didn't even really know about it, but she was just head over heels with it. And when I left my salon and went to Sola, I thought that was a good opportunity for me to treat myself to something nice. So and I
Absolutely.
bought that for myself. I bought it online. You know, if they still have it, there's a professional discount.
I know.
So you can get 20% off.
Oh, yeah, now, it's
Uh,
30 right now.
30%?
Yeah, that's
Really?
why I'm looking at it.
Well, I would go for that.
I am.
So
It
that,
doesn't look like that one, but it's very similar to that.
yeah, that one, that looks like one that she bought from a store because that color liner, I
Mhm.
think, so the one that I have is solid gray.
It's just charcoal gray.
Yeah.
It's
That's
actually
the one
darker
that-
than that too, a little bit.
That's the one that's for the professionals, you know,
Right.
like this one.
But I get all
that's a
kinds of
retail
other
model.
goodies with it as well, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and order it.
Yeah,
And frankly, I haven't been blowing dry since, Armageddon, so,
right.
and my plants are just as,
Oh, you're not blowing your clients dry?
no.
Yeah.
Well,
I went right back to it. Initially, Lifetime said when they were talking about reopening,
Right.
that there wasn't going to be blow drying.
I have,
And then
you know,
as soon as they said that,
Uh-huh.
they changed it,
I
you know,
see.
so I,
because I still have a document that says no blood dryers, and it's from the state board.
huh,
Yep.
I think everyone's doing it, you know, all over the state.
Well, some are and some aren't. It depends on where you are. My best friend works in DC,
Mhm.
and no one in her salon is blowing dry.
Okay,
So that, I don't know if, she just said it, she's an esthetician,
uh-huh,
so she's not sure why they're not, but they're not.
okay,
They have a sign on the door. It says, we will not, take your temperature, wear a mask, we will not be blowing hair dry for the time being, et cetera, et cetera. And for me, to be honest right now, Marty, I just wanna